This is not a test. The North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, has just confirmed visual and radar contact with multiple unidentified aerial phenomena. These objects have entered Earth's atmosphere simultaneously over vast and strategic areas, including the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic seaboard, and the Arctic Circle. Radar and satellite data show these phenomena traveling at speeds and in formations that defy all known laws of aerodynamics and physics as understood by current human science. They perform maneuvers impossible for any known aircraft or missile system, demonstrating a level of technology far beyond anything previously observed. Preliminary analysis from multiple international agencies strongly suggests that these objects are of non-terrestrial origin, potentially representing an extraterrestrial presence in Earth's skies. Governments and military command centers worldwide are currently in emergency sessions to evaluate the scope and implications of this unprecedented event. No allied or friendly aerial craft have been identified among these objects, increasing the urgency and concern among defense analysts. All citizens are hereby advised to immediately seek shelter indoors. Remain calm but vigilant. Do not attempt to engage, provoke, or communicate with these phenomena under any circumstances. Military forces have been placed on the highest state of alert, and rules of engagement have been adjusted to prioritize civilian safety and containment. We remind you that this is a rapidly evolving situation with many unknown factors. Stay in secure locations and avoid unnecessary travel. Do not spread rumors or unverified information on social media or other platforms, as misinformation may cause panic. Remain where you are. This is a developing crisis. Await further instructions from official channels. Repeat, this is not a test. The unidentified aerial phenomena have deployed multiple large, non-human craft into Earth's atmosphere, visible across continents. These enormous structures are nothing like any human-engineered aircraft or spacecraft recorded to date. Eyewitness reports describe colossal ships that emit no sound, with surfaces that seem to shimmer and shift in color and texture, as if made from unknown materials beyond human metallurgy. Pulsing lights of varying colors flash rhythmically along their hulls, creating an eerie yet mesmerizing spectacle against the night sky. Military radar and satellite systems confirm that these crafts possess advanced stealth and cloaking technologies, allowing them to appear and vanish at will, effectively evading conventional detection and targeting systems. This makes tracking and engaging the objects extremely difficult for all defense forces involved. Initial intelligence suggests these entities are systematically scanning populated areas using smaller, drone-like reconnaissance units, which move swiftly and silently among cities and critical infrastructure. Despite extensive attempts, all efforts to establish communication via conventional radio frequencies, satellite signals, or encrypted channels have failed. No responses of any kind have been detected from these entities. This ongoing situation constitutes a direct, unmitigated threat to national and global security, raising concerns about potential hostile intent or reconnaissance prior to further action. Non-essential personnel and civilians should remain in secure locations, avoid windows, and prepare for possible emergency procedures. Emergency services and military units remain on heightened alert and stand ready to respond to any hostile acts or sudden developments. Further instructions will be issued as more information becomes available. Maintain heightened situational awareness and prioritize your safety. This is a declared national emergency. Immediate protective measures are now mandatory for all civilians. All residents must seek shelter indoors as quickly as possible, preferably moving to basements, interior rooms, or any spaces without windows to reduce exposure to unknown hazards. It is imperative that you avoid any direct visual contact with the unidentified craft or entities to minimize psychological impact and prevent potential harm. Do not attempt to communicate or signal towards these objects, as the nature and intent of their response, if any, remain unknown and potentially dangerous. Emergency response teams have been ordered to prioritize civilian evacuation only in cases of direct threat or attack. Please be prepared for possible disruptions in power grids, communication networks, and essential services. Conserve battery-powered radios, flashlights, and medical supplies. Stockpile at least 14 days' worth of food, potable water, and necessary medications to sustain yourself and your family. Secure all entrances to your shelter by reinforcing doors and windows with heavy furniture, metal bars, or other materials to prevent forced entry or exposure. Maintain calm and discipline. Panic or unauthorized movements outside shelter locations may expose individuals to unknown physical or biological risks. All civilians are urged to remain indoors and to report any unusual or suspicious activity only through designated emergency hotlines or official channels. Keep in mind that emergency responders are overwhelmed. Avoid clogging communication lines with non-critical calls. Military units across the United States, Canada, and allied nations are currently at the highest state of readiness and alert. Air defense systems, including advanced fighter jets, interceptors, and missile batteries, have been deployed to monitor the unidentified aerial phenomena continuously. Ground forces have been mobilized to secure critical infrastructure such as power plants, government buildings, and communication hubs. Despite aggressive posturing and deployment of conventional and experimental weaponry, these unknown crafts have demonstrated remarkable resilience, with little to no damage reported from initial engagements. Commanders have been instructed to prioritize civilian protection and containment efforts over offensive strikes to prevent escalation. Joint operations involving multinational coalitions are underway to develop coordinated response strategies, share intelligence, and pool resources to counter the evolving threat. Electronic warfare and cyber units are actively attempting to interfere with or disrupt any alien communication or control systems detected. To date, no form of communication or negotiation has been established with these entities, and their intentions remain unclear. The government advises all civilians to comply strictly with shelter-in-place orders and avoid areas of military operations to prevent casualties or interference. Official updates will be provided as more intelligence is gathered and evaluated. All civilians are strongly urged to remain indoors and avoid all contact with the unidentified aerial phenomena or their deployed drones. Under no circumstances should you approach any strange objects, entities, or unexplained activity related to this event. Secure all windows and doors firmly. If possible, relocate to an interior room with no windows or heavy shielding from outside. Maintain access to a battery-powered radio and keep it tuned to this station for real-time updates and emergency instructions. Prepare emergency supplies to last at least 14 days, including food, clean water, medical kits, hygiene products, and any necessary medications for chronic conditions. Limit use of mobile phones and communication devices, as they may interfere with critical defense communications or be subject to monitoring. Report any sightings or unusual occurrences immediately via official emergency channels, providing detailed information about location, appearance, and behavior. Do not attempt evacuation or travel unless explicitly authorized by authorities, as unauthorized movement may expose you to unknown hazards. Stay calm and assist those around you, particularly vulnerable individuals such as the elderly, children, and those with medical conditions. Community cooperation and solidarity are vital to surviving this unprecedented crisis. All branches of the United States Armed Forces, including the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, are currently operating at full capacity, implementing advanced defensive and countermeasure protocols. Strategic missile defense systems, including ground-based interceptors and Aegis-equipped naval vessels, have been positioned around major urban centers and critical military installations. Naval task forces and aerial combat units are actively tracking and engaging multiple unidentified craft, employing a combination of kinetic and electronic warfare tactics. Specialized electronic warfare teams are attempting to jam, disrupt, or intercept potential alien communication and control networks, seeking vulnerabilities. The President, in close coordination with NATO allies and global partners, has authorized all necessary defensive countermeasures, including the use of experimental weaponry, to neutralize any immediate threats. Civilian air traffic has been suspended nationwide and in allied territories to ensure operational freedom and maximize civilian safety. All citizens are urged to avoid congesting emergency communication lines to facilitate smooth military coordination and rapid dissemination of critical information. This remains an ongoing and fluid operation. All developments and updates will be communicated as soon as they are available. This is a national emergency unlike any other in recorded history. We fully understand the fear, uncertainty, and anxiety this unprecedented event causes around the globe. However, maintaining calm and following official instructions are essential steps to ensuring your safety and that of those around you. Continue to shelter in place. Avoid any attempts to engage or communicate with the unidentified craft or entities, and refrain from spreading unverified information. Stay tuned to this frequency for verified, timely updates and detailed instructions. All emergency services, government agencies, and international organizations are fully mobilized and working tirelessly to coordinate an effective and unified response. Together, through resilience, cooperation, and determination, humanity will face and overcome this extraordinary challenge. Thank you for your attention and your cooperation. Stay safe, remain vigilant, and trust the official channels for guidance.